Hello and welcome to another One Football debate, this time with me, the White Antoine, with Statman Dave and with Stephen Howson. Today's topic is who should take over from the finally dethroned Arsene Wenger at Arsenal. And as I understand it, though I'm slightly new to this, the scores in this debate today are 3-3. So this is the tiebreaker, boys. This is the big one.
This is a joke. That this is even close to 3-3. Should be 4-0.
It's a public vote. It's a public vote, boys. I don't know what you... I mean, we can't do anything about it, can we? It's up to you. Now, Statman Dave, you're going to have 30 seconds to start. You want to make your case, name your name, and those 30 seconds are beginning now.
It's simple for me. For Arsenal Football Club to move to where they need to be in world football, they need something different. And that is why I am going to go with Diego Simeone. And I think he's going to bring the attacking firepower and the blend in defence that will turn Arsenal from 6th position to Premier League champions.
Okay, you've cut it nice and short. Over to you, Stephen. 3, 2, 1.
There's only one man for the job. There's only one man that should be going in. There's only one direction that Arsenal should be going for it. And the direction that should be going for is Leonardo Jardim. What he's done with Monaco, what he's previously done in Greece. He's won titles in Portugal, Greece, France with an unfancy team. He plays attacking football with a blend of youth and signings. He's done it on a small budget. He could do it on the big stage. That's the direction Arsenal need to go into.
Okay, now with 25 seconds of argument from each of you, and I'm surprised that the name of Thomas Tuchel has not cropped up. Now, either way, it's back to the case for Simeone. So, Statman Dave, crack on.
I think the big thing with European football and football as a whole is it's all about pressing and it's all about being aggressive. And that defines Diego Simeone. As a player, he wore his heart on his sleeve and he does the same as his manager. What he's done with players such as Koke, such as Saul, is he's turned them into global superstars. And that's what Arsenal need. Arsenal need to be aggressive again. We're talking going back to the days when they actually had a decent defence and they had a decent midfield. Vieira, Gilberto Silva. Simeone plays football the same way, arguably sometimes playing 4 central midfielders in midfield. But what that gives Atletico Madrid and will give Arsenal is that ability to win the ball high, quickly transition and get into that final third. Think about Arsenal right now. They want to play with 2 strikers, Lacazette and Aubameyang, and a 2-man strike force under Simeone is going to be fantastic. The work that isn't there under Arsene Wenger, you see some laziness in defence, isn't going to be there. Simeone, the Argentinian tactician, won't cut it if you're not tracking back, if you're not working your socks off. And that is the difference between Arsenal and Atletico Madrid. It is just work. And that's what Simeone will bring, when Jardim won't bring that. Jardim is a good manager. I think he's done some good things at Monaco. But ultimately, what Arsenal need is that aggression, that bite back at the Emirates.
Stephen, you're not buying that? You don't think Simeone can come along and crack the whip, get his Arsenal team into shape?
I do think Simeone is an absolutely fantastic choice, and Dave makes all the right points. And I do think Simeone would be a brilliant opportunity for Arsenal to get back into the top 4 because they're well adrift at the moment. The problem with appointing somebody like Simeone is because Simeone is going to need a long time and a lot of transfer windows to change the mentality of this Arsenal team from what's a pretty soft core with a nice attacking flair into the sort of absolute workhorse machine which Diego Simeone likes to thrive under. And that's why I think Jardim is the better choice. It's not a complete direction change for Arsenal. It's more of a realignment. It's a man that's more aggressive on the front foot rather than aggressive in terms of the way the team sets out to play the football. This is a man that plays 4-4-2. This is the reason that you've heard of Kylian Mbappe and the reason that he's going for hundreds of millions of pounds. This guy plays with fast attacking football. He has gung-ho football. He got Monaco to the Champions League semi-final. Like, he won a title with Monaco when they was up against all the riches that PSG was getting flung at. He's won a title in Greece. He's won a title in Portugal. This is a man that wins titles. He's still a young manager. He's the sort of man that's going to be looking for the next step. And for me, the perfect blend of what they've already got, plus the academy that's excellent at Arsenal, Jardim would be the man to take them back to the next level without needing 15 transfer windows to get it done like I think Diego Simeone would do.
Just reply to that point then for us, Dave. Whether or not Jardim can come along and build on something that's already there at Arsenal, is it true that Simeone really needs that long?
I think in terms of what Simeone's done at Atletico Madrid, he's done it on a budget. Atletico Madrid have nowhere near as much money as Arsenal, as Barcelona, as Man United, as Real Madrid. He has done it on a budget. You look at some of those players in his midfield, for example. Gabby was a free transfer. Koke came through the academy. Saul came through the academy. And whoever you want to put with that, you know, like a Carrasco before his move to China, was a very, very cheap deal. Good value for money. When you look at someone like Yardim, he's had the money. You know, the signings of the likes of Falcao, you know, Silva when he was joined. This is all big, big money that he's spending. So for Steve to come across and say Simeone has only done it with money is complete horse crap. The only time that Simeone spends money is potentially on centre forwards. And that's it. His defence is all made out of players like Diego Godin, like someone like a Savic that are signed on the cheap, and he has turned them into world beaters. You take Felipe Luis, who came to Atletico Madrid, again, on the cheap, and has been one of the best left-backs in world football. Or Juan Fran, again, signed on a free transfer. This is the difference between Simeone and Yardim. Yardim has spent money. He's been working with some of the most talented young players in world football, the Kylian Mbappes, the Bernardo Silvas of the world, the Thomas Lamars of the world, and Falcao. That is so much money. And I think the thing that Steve said as well about the Arsenal midfield or the Arsenal team not being ready, I could say build a midfield for you right now. You're looking at someone like Jack Wilshere, Aaron Ramsey, playing on either side. Then maybe Granit Xhaka and El Nene. That is a Simeone midfield. All it needs is those 4 central midfielders. Take the money that Arsenal are going to start to get from the Emirates. He can improve on that. He could sign someone like Saul, sign someone like Koke, or even get someone like Antoine Griezmann.
Is that fair to say, Dave, that Simeone's done what he's done on a budget?
I think it is. I think you comparatively, you look at it versus the league. Ultimately, his tactics are the thing that have got him there. The work, the narrow 4-4-2, or even a 4-2-2-2, if you want to call it, or even a 4-4-2-0. You know, given that the work the 2 strikers put in, that's something that Arsenal haven't done for about 10 seasons under Wenger. You know, you think in Bergkamp, Henry, they used to work so hard for Wenger, but Wenger's lost that mentality. But Simeone could bring that instantly back. You're looking at Lacazette, maybe someone like Aubameyang, or even putting someone like Mesut Ozil as a striker in this system would work very, very well for Simeone.
That
and quite
sounds
frankly,
pretty radical. Sounds pretty radical. I might pass that over to you, Stephen, and see if you're convinced.
No, this is what I'm saying. Dave makes massively good points in terms of what Simeone would bring and how he could shape that Arsenal team. I didn't say money, Dave. I said transfer windows. I'm talking about the length of time it would take to change the mentality of this current Arsenal side to one that's a really stoic, defensive-first, reactionary team like Simeone's. You're not going to be able to do that, especially with the pressure that you get on the Arsenal fans.
Pardon me, Stephen. What makes you think that Yardim can do it quick enough?
Because Yardim's going to utilise the fast attacking players Arsenal have already got. I'm thinking Bellerin, I'm thinking Mkhitaryan, I'm thinking Aubameyang. Those are players that would absolutely suit the sort of system that Yardim would come in and do. Now, he's going to bring in a couple of youngsters because he loves to trust the youngsters, and a couple of the transfers, like Dave said, because Arsenal will get money, would enable him to shape the team that he wants. And it's not a mentality change, it's a mentality shift that needs to happen at Arsenal. And Jardim just making them a bit more free-flowing going forward would suit what Arsenal have got right now, rather than a complete 180 going in a totally different direction with what Simeone would bring.
OK, just a very quick question, Stephen, before I'm going to ask you both to come and sum up your arguments with another 30-second burst of rapid fire. Do you think Yardim has the credentials? The French League and the Greek League aren't the Premier League.
I agree with that
Champions League. The Champions League is the Champions League, and he got to the semi-final in that, beating some pretty good and pretty experienced managers along the way.
OK. Right then, so there we are. 30 seconds each. I'm going to ask Stephen to go first. Give me your final, this is why Yardim has to take over at Arsenal. Off you go.
Yardim needs to take over at Arsenal because he's already on the way to having that team. He only needs to have a couple of additions. The players that are at Arsenal already are players that would work under Yardim's system. This is a man that's got to the Champions League semi-finals with Monaco and won titles everywhere, including in France against the might of PSG, which nobody thought was even possible. So Yardim is the guy that can come in and get Arsenal back into the top 4 and get them challenging for a title again with a minimal of fuss.
OK. Nicely timed. Statman Dave, over to you.
We're talking Monaco. That season was a PSG without Neymar. Let's remember that. You talk about trophies. Yeah, Monaco. Yeah, Olympiacos. Diego Simeone won it in La Liga with Barcelona and Real Madrid at their peak. He's also lost 2 Champions League finals, but he got there, as well as the Europa League. And if we just look at win percentage alone, again, Simeone had a smaller budget than Yardim. Simeone, 61.73% versus Yardim's 56.02%. Even in the Spanish league, over the Greek league, over the French league, Simeone has got a better win rate, and that, quite frankly, is why he's the perfect man to bring work back to Arsenal.
Okay, there we have it. Right now, I'm to withhold judgment, so it's up to you. Let us know down in the comments.
So I'm right?
Pardon me?
So I'm correct. You need to vote for Dave this time. Vote for Dave is a vote for the people.
I said that
Remember
I was going to withhold judgment.
Dave got 3 points on the back of saying Liverpool was going to win the Champions League last week. If
Remember
anything,
that argument. My argument was better.
On,
this is about debating, Stephen.
Right.
I was the better debater last week,
now.
and the people wanted me to take victory.
Swords down. That's it. Ding, ding. Seconds out. Okay. There we go. Now it's up to you. It's a public vote. We've heard the cases. We've heard the case for Simeone. We've heard the case for Yardim. Stephen Howson or Statman Dave? Who wins your OneFootball debate? And bear in mind it's 3-3, so it's a very important choice. Look forward to reading your comments.